Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing PC Split 4 F1 2016 round number 9. Why number 9 when we did the grand finale round 15 last time around? It's because this is the rerun of this particular episode, as this split had trouble with these rounds, as you can see, which is a very wet Hungary at the moment. This is a restart of this stream, as I was accidentally streaming to the wrong channel, which I will no doubt get sending off for, but I will deal with that in due time. Right, we have got 18 drivers in the session, 15 of which are on track. Currently wet, the weather is due to dry out. We have got Dragonbone in the Force India. We have got Winchi 33 in the Sauber. We have got Red 17G in the Williams. We have got Party Fuchs, who is someone I have commentated on before in socials a while ago, in the Renault. In 12, we have got Putty, again, who I've commentated on previously in the Toro Rosso. We have got Azazadon in the other Renault, only 15. We have got Jay in the Red Bull. We have got Kevy 34 in the other Toro Rosso, out there somewhere. There he is, racing as Carlos Sainz. Mr. Biggles in the Williams, currently on the pole spot. There is Adam C6, who is fighting for second in the championship at the moment in the Haas. Second on track. Kafar is the Split 4 champion. Irrespective of what happens in this particular round, he has dominated the split with a mighty 7 wins in the season. However, has not had the greatest run of luck in the last two rounds, as he's failed to finish in Circuit of the Americas, and yellow flags are out for some reason. Good evening to those that are watching me live on the Twitch chat. Welcome to you, and welcome to those that have come across from Twitter as well. Kefar is in third, but he's gone over and taken out a braking board, and has one of the Renaults just behind him. There is Dragonbone again. Ups! And that's... Dragonbone's still going. He's still got 4 wheels in his wagon. That was a hell of a clunk against the wall. He's alright, currently 4. Jay is in 5th position in the Red Bull. Speaking of which, let's have a look at the timings. Mr. Biggles has... look at that. A clean sweep of purple sectors for the Williams. Adam C62, Kafar 3, Dragonbone 4, J 5, Christoffel 6, Hinyaldi 7, Azazain on 8, Ishimi 9, Reggie rounding out the top 10, and Pacifian has not set a competitive lap yet, and we have yet to see a lap from Ronin, 1978, a disqualified lap from Winchi, Party Fuchs, of course myself, Putty rather, has, he's just jumped up the order. Kevy has not set a valid lap either. Verenzak and Smooley? Yes, Smooley, has yet to set a lap with us. And we just saw a few laps being set there. I'm just trying to find where there's Putty. He's jumped in 9th position. Now he is in the Toro Rosso. Now, when we go back to the overview, the qualifying should dry up in the next minute and a half and should remain dry. And as you can see, the race is due to be dry throughout. So we will see what we have going on with regards to people's lap times. It does look like the rain is beginning to loosen up. I just need to send a message to someone. Right, so there we go. So good to see a decent turnout in the Twitch chat. So obviously I'm not familiar with this particular split. Familiar with some of the names. Well, a number of the names, of course, are regulars in the forums. But I haven't had the opportunity to commentate on most of these people. As mentioned before, I have commentated on some of them. There is Red 17G in the Yellow Williams. Just coming around the final turn. Penultimate turn, rather. Is he going to wind up for a lap? And it looks like he's going to. Who's our pole man at the moment? It's still Mr. Biggles. Is he out? Nope. Kafar is still on track. He's is our new world champion. He's just coming to complete a lap, I think. Let us see what he does. He's jumped into second. He has demoted his teammate. He's just 600ths of a second behind poleman Mr. Biggles. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Let's see if we can find someone who is on a fast lap. Dragonbone. He's on his out lap, so we'll catch up with him later on. He's currently in fourth. Party Boots. He's out there in the Renner. Follow him through the lap then as one of the Toro Rosses gets out of his way. Now, he is coming to... Where is he? Ah, yes, he's just gone through 6 and 7. That's left-hander of 8. Now, coming through 9. Oops, a little bit too much on the inside there. It's not going to help you. Certainly not in the rain. And that, wow, the tail end kicking out there. He's heading down to 10-11. Coming to the end of sector 2. What is his second split time? It is 36-1. Oh, he's either backing out of it or that was very, very cautious. When there again, he's rally crossing around that particular corner. Long. Oh, and he's overcooked it at 13. That is that lap pretty much dead. He's going to wrestle that car. Is he going to go in the pits? Yes, he does. He decides to bin that one. Interestingly, it's still raining as the rain was due to dry up before now. It's still going. There is Jay. He's now demoted to 7th. Ooh, slightly wide there. And that was 10-11, I think. So he should be coming through. Yep, there we go. It's 44-6. That's not a... I don't think that's a particularly hot lap for him. Just check the sector. No, he's made a big mistake somewhere in sector 2. So we'll see if he continues for another lap, which he does not. Jay is coming into parking currently in 7th. So 8 minutes remaining of this qualifying session. It's Hinyaldi who's currently in 9th. He sounds like he's on a hot lap. Whoa, way too wide. Way too wide. Going through 10-11. That's caught another person out. That is pretty much that lap done. As he would have lost a colossal amount of time on the end of sector 1 there. We'll see if he chooses to complete it or he chooses to bring it in. That's the turn 13. He's choosing to complete the lap, so we'll see what happens. Although I wouldn't be at all surprised if that wide there was invalidated. Heading on down to the line, and he will remain in 9th position with 141.668. Mr. Biggles still leading the way, although the first split lead has gone to Kafar now. Kafar is on track. It looks very much like it's stopped raining. 34-0. So, as his first split time. Now, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we start seeing these split times start tumbling. Although that's a very slow first split, so he may well have been caught in... He may well have been caught out by traffic. On board then with the Split 4 champion. Now, he does not get an automatic promotion to Tier 3 for the next season, and he's choosing to come in at a particular moment. Because we're going over to F1 2017 for the following season, everyone will see if everyone will have to do a evaluatory race, do their time trials, although previous performances will be taken into consideration. It's not a guarantee. Of course, we don't know how many tiers we're going to have in the F1 2017, although we hope to have a good turnout later on. As my Twitch stream has suddenly fallen over a little bit, and Vasifian has just left the session then. Where is he presently? He is there in 15th position. And out of habit, I tried to view him, even though, despite the fact I just saw him leave. Now, have I just spotted... We've got people going onto soft tyres, but they're not out yet. So it looks like we might have people coming out on dry tyres very, very soon. Who can we find? Dragonbow. We're actually looking at people still on the inters, which is probably arriving now, but the rain has definitely stopped. So it's going to be a big old... It's going to be last man across the line then. The track is going to dry up, and those inters are going to burn out pretty quick. Who is going to brave the dries first? So we're now getting that crossover point. Veranzak in the manor. He's coming in, is he? Yes, he is. So he's done an exploratory wrap on the inters. Why a rerun? It is because the Split had a problem when they actually ran this. They had about 15 laps, and then a mass disconnect happened. So he basically just bugged the entire session, and it was agreed that the session would be scrapped and rerun at a later date. Later date is, of course, today. They think it was the host. The host disconnected, and then that basically caused a catastrophic chain effect further down. And yeah, that's led us basically to this point. That is what I am aware of in the session. So, Kevin, 34. He is coming through. He's just gone through 11, I think. Oh no, he's just that was 5 which is going through. So that's 6 and 7. He's coming through now. 31.9, not a bad first sector time. But of course, the track is drying up. Tab is still getting a bit lively on that Toro Rosso. Whoa! No sooner do I say that. Yes, apologies for the confusion there. I was accidentally streaming to the wrong channel. I was streaming Rocket League on the RLC channel on Friday, and I completely forgot to change back over to my normal stream key for my normal channel. So apologies for those that come over for thinking that getting a bit of miscommunication for Rocket League. That was completely my fault, and I'm sure I'll get a backside kicking for that one. But there we go. That's very kind of you, Phil Marks. That's very kind of you. Of course, you're welcome here. Then Jock came out there. Smoothly. Aha! We have some dry tyres, and Recipient is having some trouble staying in the 70 Soft tyres are the manner then, and that is Toro Rosso who's just gone past it. He is. Can't see what colour his tyres are, but any F1 racer will know, and that's also soft tyres on the Toro Rosso then. So it looks like the field are coming out. There we go. There's our poleman coming out on the soft tyres as well. Interesting they're going for the harder compound. The super softs are available to the drivers, so I'm interested to see why they aren't running those, but then they could be trying to save them for the race. Kafar then is come out. Adam C6, he's on the super soft, so no sooner do I say that we have a super soft runner. And Sifian's left again. Dragonman is still on the inters, so he's leaving that very, very late. Just over 2.5 minutes to go before the session is done, and those inters are going to do nothing for him. The track does look plenty dry enough for the softs to do in their job. Party Fuchs in 5th on the super softs as well, and we've lost Kevy as well. He's left session, so he could rejoin, although I doubt he's going to have time to rejoin and get a lap done. That's very kind of you, Kurt. It is my pleasure to do the commentary for... I don't have a problem covering the other splits, but if somebody else said, yeah, it'd be great if I could cover the other splits that Apex Online Racing do. And Chalk, you're asking for the standings, and there you are. Mr. Biggle's still holding the top. But sadly, I don't have the time nor the throat fortitude to cover the same race 5 times for each split. There's our poleman, Mr. Biggles, in the Williams. He's just coming around the penultimate turn. There's turn 13. So he's winding up then. That's a great old lap time, that 8 minutes. I'm assuming he's had a big old park out there somewhere. Let's follow our poleman, Mr. Biggles. Actually, where's Kafar? There he is. He's actually on a hot lap. Let's follow him. He's done sector 1. He's heading through, that's 8, 9, 10, I think. It's still a little bit slippery by how his car's behaving. There we go. That was 6 and 7 he's just gone through then. Left-hander of 8. Now 9. It'll be interesting to see how people have gone setup-wise. But I suspect people are sticking with their dry setups as the race course due to be dry all the way through. 32.3 for the second sector then. Right-hander of 12. Now the 180-degree left-hander of 13. There we go. So just runs onto the pit lane. Entry line. Round 14. And this will be pole. He was actually down to 5th before the lap started. And there it is. 127.1. That is the marker then. And Putty actually jumped up to 2nd on the soft tyres. Smooley and Adam C6 set their laps as well. So 27.1. That is the target time then. Now where is Mr. Biggles? There he is. He's now down to 6th. He's backed off. He has completely backed off then. And he's winding up for another. So we'll see how the Williams fares. He's now down to 8th position as other people set their laps on the soft tyres. And that is the time done. So anyone not on a lap now no longer can set one. I'm going to be booted out of the car. There we go. Jay has taken the pole time on the super soft tyres. But of course, people are still running on their laps at the moment. He's just been demoted. He's been demoted by who? Unfortunately, it's not easy for me to say. It's going to. Oh, Kafar is currently in fourth. Will no doubt be on a fast lap. He had a cam shot there as he's come through 8, 9, and 10, I think it is. Kevin has just rejoined the session. That is not easy for me to say where he is. That is 13 has just come through with the Manor, and the Toro Rosso already ahead of him. Nice thought there, Bankai. Yeah, I'll have to invest in an upgrade for my float. And he's down to 5th then. Does Kafar take the pole time? Is he down to 7th? He does! So the Haas champion has taken the pole. Jay's actually demoted down to 6th, but he's just coming around the final turn. The former poleman now down to 6th. How does he fare now? Is 3rd by 7 tenths in the Red Bull. Who is still out there? Mr. Biggles. Williams. Renault ahead and the Sauber behind. Interestingly, Mr. Biggles has gone for those soft tyres as opposed to the super soft. The Renault ahead of him is on the super soft. And he's ghosted. Mr. Biggles ghosted as he came across the line. And there is your confirmed qualifying results. Kafar taking the pole with Adam C62. So again, the Haas pair that have dominated this season are taking the top 2 spots again. Jay in the 3rd with Mr. Biggles 4, Party Weeks 5, Aishimi 6, Roland 978 7, Christoph Lando on 8, Putty 9, and Veranzak rounding out the top 10. Smoothie 11, Red 17, G12, Azazel on 13, Dragamo 14, Kinyaldi 15, Winchis 33 16, Vesifian 17, me and Kevy would technically start behind me. Now, I am jumping out of the session because, and then I will obviously be rejoining the session, but not joining the race just yet. Now, for those unfamiliar with why I am doing this, it is because I do not wish to be part of the parade lap. So now that the qualifying results have been posted, I've rejoined the session, as you can see. What will happen now is that the game will start the parade lap. I now have the option to spectate, but I'm not going to jump in just yet because the game has a horrible habit of putting me in my car, which will be at the back of the grid. So I'm waiting for the parade lap to start, so I'll just basically just give it about 10-15 seconds or so. Once the parade lap has begun, I will jump back into the spectator's position, which shouldn't, inverted commas, put me in my car on the back of the grid, which is exactly what I don't want to do. If I am in the car, I do not see the first lap excitement. It means I have to go through the whole retirement process because I can't do that before the race has started because Codemasters didn't get that bit right in F1 2016. Any regulars will know that, but this is the last time that I will be streaming F1 2016, but then I did say that last week. Right, let's jump back in the session then, shall we? The parade lap should be underway. And if I have joined in my car, well then so be it. And I have... Come on game, don't keep us in suspense. I'm in my car, that's it. Ah, no, I am actually in the spectator's position. And it would... Not 100% sure whether the parade lap has actually started or not. I expected the parade lap to be well underway by now. Kevy's actually behind me. You can see my coast on... My coast? Try that again. Car is ghosted on the right-hand side. Now, technically, I could actually jump back in the car. But because you can see the spectator's interface in the bottom left-hand corner, I am, of course, in spectator mode. But we are stuck. Kevy has just left. So, well done, Cody's. Yep, you're absolutely right there, Mankind. Now, whether that was because of me jumping in and out, I don't know. But then this is exactly how we do it in Split 1, and it's never caused this issue. Aha! This is the parade lap. One would assume, because it didn't go through the 5 lights. And that doesn't look like a racing start to me. So, we have got the parade lap underway. Well, if that is a race start, then holy hell, Kerfo's got a good start. No, that is the parade lap underway. Nice one, Mankind. So there we go. The parade lap is now underway. Kafai is keen to get this underway, it looks like. And there we go. There it confirms. Unfortunately, my car does wander around as a ghost. People do get DRS. It just means I don't miss anything from the front. Adam C6 in second position. with Jay. They're already behind. Keep up, camera. So what tyres have everyone gone on to? So we have got softs. Interesting that Kafar's gone for the soft tyres. Super softs on the Haas. Super softs on the Red Bull. Mr. Biggles, starting in fourth, has gone for soft tyres on his Williams. With that is Party Fuchs in the Renault on the super softs as well. Ashimi in the McLaren. Sorry, the Mercedes. That looked black as opposed to silver on that particular shot. That's super softs on his as well. Rodin is in the Ferrari with the super softs on as well. Christopher Van Dorn in the Red Bull, which is a weird sentence ever to say for any F1 fan. Am I looking forward to a commentate? Well, I'm looking forward to not having to dance around the damn server, as you've just seen me do. So in that respect, Choc, yes, I am looking forward to that. Super softs then on the Renault. Softs on the Toro Rosso of Putty in 9th. Verenzak in the Manor in 10th position with a Sauber ahead of him. Interesting. Putty is in the Toro Rosso, so what's the Sauber doing? Smuley taking his grid position in the other manner, and you can see the grid is beginning to form. So what I'm going to do here is jump up to Jay. Let's see the start from Jay's perspective. And there's me. Good luck, everybody. Indeed, it is a great pleasure for me to be able to cover one of the other splits in this season, and that's jumped onto. Did that jump to my car then? Yes, it did. Oh, it's put me in my car. Oh, damn you. I'm going to have to retire. But wind him up. Let him go. I am going to have to retire from my car. Damn you, game. It's actually overtaken someone. Get off the gas. Don't crash into Winchy, for God's sake. Get out. Right. Mr. Pickles has flown through into the lead. Unfortunately, because the game has stitched me, we didn't see his incredible jump from fourth to first. Adam is still in second position, but Kafar's fallen to third. Oh, trouble! Big trouble! We've lost Putty. We just saw in the background the Red Bull flying onto the infield, and that was a Sauber going wide. I'm trying to figure out who that is. Is that Winchy? No, I think no, it wasn't Stoffel Van Dorn. Stoffel Van Dorn. Yeah, I'm going to do that more than once. Azazalon, I think, it was falling through the field. Let's get back up at the front then. Mr. Biggles has flown through on those soft tyres as well. Great start for the Williams then. And Putty is out of the session. Thompson. Adam then holding off his teammates for that second. I mean, that is a battle for pride in the with the Haas drivers. But second place is still being battled for. So Adam will still be looking for as many points as he can get. Kafar, third. Party Fuchs in fourth, and we've lost Vasifian. We have lost Vasifian as well. What a shame. What a great shame for him. Look, oh, there was a McLaren going wide. Again, unfortunately, because I don't know instinctively which names are in which cars, I'm having to fly through the field. Oh my goodness me. It's Hinyaldi that we saw running wide. He's right in battle there. That is that Red G that's in the Williams? Yes, it is. On board with him, you can see Hinyaldi having a look on the inside of Smuley. Does he get that move done? Oh, he's having to brake very hard. He bailed out of it. Smuley holds onto that position then. Getting onto the outside camera. It looks like Red G fighting for that 11th spot as well. We've got battles going on up and down the field. Force India trying to get on the inside of the McLaren. But he's still got it. He's still there. Oh, very nearly impact between the two. Oh no, Verenzak is up to 7th. Jumps to the wrong car. Apologies for that. We just saw a Ferrari side by side. I've gone the wrong way. I hate this damn interface. It was Ronin we saw side by side with one of the Mannies. He's in the Manor sandwich. Oh, look at that. That's... where are we? We're with Ronin. There he is. The only problem with that particular camera angle is it's difficult to tell who's where. So he's in between Verenzak and Smuley at the moment in 8th position. Let's jump up to where our leaders are. There we see several lockups there as Adams beginning to break away from his teammate. And he's putting pressure on the Williams for the lead at the moment. Looks like the top three have gotten to the gap. Yes, they have. So you can see there's a gap between Kafar and Ashimi. As Adam comes around that final turn. He's needing to get past that. Oh, I hope so, Marco. I hope so. Oh, that was probably my ghost car on the left-hand side there. You saw Mr. Biggles defending the inside line. He felt the need to jump onto that defensive point quite early. But Adam's not finding a way past that Williams at the moment. Typically, Hungary is not a great overtaking circuit, but we saw quite a lot of great overtaking attempts in Split 1. So anything can happen here. Now, what can Adam do on the run down to 4 and 5? Oh, side by side, you don't commonly do it there. Oh, that's going to force the Williams wide. Great cutback for Adam. What a move for the lead. That was very nicely done, but can the Williams hang on to second then? Oh, he's had to cut over that chicane. That's not going to do him any favours. He's going to lose that second position to Kafar by the look of it. And he spun! Oh, goodness me, that was Mr. Biggles. He spun it. There he is. He's losing positions all the time. Oh, my goodness me, that was close. And he's now down to, he's going to lose that 9th as well, down to 10th. He's got off the track to try and let loose a racing speed through. Well, how did he not collect anyone? That was, well, you saw it for yourself. Let's jump back up to our lead pair. It's the Haas. 2 that are running away at the front. Now Adam's got a chance to use those softer tyres to his advantage. Kafar, we know, is a very, very fast driver. He can certainly stay with his teammate. He's got the slower tyre on. He may well just choose to let his teammate go, but racing drivers are not that kind of beast. His DRS open, has a look on the inside, runs out of room a little bit. Adam does lock up, heading into turn 1. So the Haas pair locks in that battle in and could well be for quite some time. Ashimi then up to 3rd position. He's broken away from Party Fuchs, now in 4th, who in turn has broken away from Varenczak. Varenczak is trying to break away from the Ferrari of Ronin behind. Look at this 4-car train here. Now it's Dragonbone that's actually overtaking Smuley. So we didn't get to see that one, of course. We were concentrating on the battle at the front. So here we see Varenczak, Ronin, Dragonbone and Smuley in a 4-car train on board with the... Oh, that's Varenczak running wide! That's running wide at turn 5. He's lost 2 positions. That's Dragonbone and Ronin that have gone through on board the Force India. Oh, goodness me, he gets very, very squirrely as well. So opportunistic move then by the Ferrari and the Force India. The Force India's all over the back of the Ferrari. It would seem that any moment now the Dragonbone is going to have a crack at overtaking the Ferrari. I apologise, people in chat, I'm not able to kind of respond too quickly to you. With C, oh, was that... Who's the Williams we just saw there? Is that Red 17? Yes, it was. Where on earth has Mr. Biggles gone? He's down at 15th. Did he pit, I wonder? It didn't look like he hit anybody, but he could well have decided to get rid of his tyres. He's now down at 15th, or he's made another mistake. That much I do not know, I'm afraid. Let's jump back up to our lead pair. Still Kafar following Adam C6. Looks like Adam is able to hold off his teammate for now. Ashimi is in 3rd, well and truly on his own. Not under any pressure from Party Fuchs in the Renault in 4th. Ronin is still fending off that Force India of Dragonbone in 5th position. Varenczak now has his teammate for company of Smoonie in 8th position. 9th is Hinyaldi in the McLaren. My brain is just fried at the moment because I nearly called him a Williams. Because, yeah, clearly the McLaren and the Williams look really similar to one another. Goodness sake, KK, get your head out of your backside. Red 17, we just saw bouncing over the curves there in 10th position. Winchie in the Sauber, just outside of a point-paying position. Long way to go yet, though, before we can start thinking about that. But a big old train there. There is Christoffel. I'll stick with Stoffel because otherwise I keep calling him Stoffelband as opposed to Christoffel. In 12th position, there's Asaselon in the other Renault. In 13th, he's got a bit of gap 4.5. Jay, what has happened to him? So he was running pretty well. He started in 3rd, right the way down in 14th, along with Mr. Biggles. Did they have impact, I wonder, that we didn't see? Back up to the front then. We have 14 runners remaining in this race. And Adam is still fending off his teammate. As you can see, as they come around, that is turn 2. Lovely helicam shot. I really hope that obviously the new beta testers out there will know what F1 2016 was capable of camera-wise. I have no idea because I intentionally didn't do the beta test because I believe there was a very limited amount of beta test slots and I didn't want to take those up as a non-driver. Varenczak, he's broken away then from Smuley. Where's Smuley gone? Wow, he really has got himself a bit of a gap, but there it is. You can see they're really starting to close in on Party Fuchs, it seems. There is the Renault just going through turn 6 and 7. Ah, that's good to know, Marcus. Thank you kindly for that. Yeah, that's all good, my friend. That's all good. Right, who shall we look at? Hinaldi is trying his best. He's stuck right in the middle of the manor. Look at this train here. This is, what have we got? That's 5, 6, 7 and 8 in that one shot alone. It's getting very deep into turn 13. That's not going to help the manor or the McLaren. Red has the opportunity. Oh, Red, look at that. A great timing for the camera change there. Oops, running slightly wide there for Vignaldi. He got all out of shape. That's going to lose him a lot of momentum. Look at the Williams and the Sauber actually bearing down on him. And that is probably on my card, you can see, buried in the wall there on the, what was there on the right-hand side. Some Manners, McLaren, Williams and Sauber all in short succession. Oh, that was... No, that's not Dragonbone. Winchy that was going a little bit too deep into turn 2, we saw. Right, I got a chance to catch my breath now. Oh, we've had a lead change. We've had a... Where's Adam gone? Cafar now leads. Adam's down in 9th. Ah, he's had a tyre change. He's ditched those super softs. He's out on the soft tyres, so he's been through the bits. Now has Ronin right behind him, so I think he's pitted as well, or maybe he made a mistake because Ronin was higher up last time I saw him. Dragonbone then in the Force India. He's not got any pressure fore and aft, so he should be able to get into a bit of a rhythm. Winchy, oh look at that, just as I jumped to the Sauber, he has got a face full of Williams, who in turn has a face full of McLaren, who's got a pair of Manners company as well. Look at this train here. Is anyone going to pit? Vignaldi does. Let's see what the fifth place McLaren chooses to pit onto. So the Supersoft runners then are ditching there. Oh, who's that? That's Partyfooks. Partyfooks is coming as well. Oh, Puncher! Front left Puncher on the Renault. Medium tyres. So he's going to the end then. That is optimistic, if I'm honest. I'm not really too sure how well that's going to hold for him, but we'll see. Vignaldi, he comes out with the soft tyres. That's what I rather expected. So he's doing the two stops. Did anyone else notice those tyres just floating off into the distance? Oh, I love it when games do that. So, Vignaldi's down in 13th, Partyfix in 12th. As I say, also the two Renaults, 11 and 12 at the moment. Let's jump up to the front then. Let's see where Cafar is. There it is. He's heading down to 12th. So, he should be good for another few laps then on those soft tyres, the tyres he started on. He has got the lead to, no, not to stop it, to Veronat. 14.3 seconds now is the lead that Cafar has to himself, and unsurprisingly he chooses to continue. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Bank. I'm not convinced the mediums are going to make it, but we saw that Partyfix did have a puncture, so it could have been his strategy to go onto the mediums at a later stage in the race, but well, that is the nature of the beast. Smooley looks really set to make a move on Veronat. On board then with the Manor. He's got the softer tyres. Can he make the move? No, he had the TRS, but just could not get the run into turn 1 that he needed. So Veronat holds off his teammate for another lap. Red 17G up to 4th position now in the Williams. With Dragonbone, with Winchy, with Adam C6, who's trying to make his way back through the field. On board with the former race leader. Oh, look at that. That's Dragonbone getting rather interested in that 4th position from the Williams. He didn't go for the move into that turn. No, I've lost track of which turn they're at. I keep doing that. For some reason, Hungary is a track I just lose track of where we are. I thought that was turn 4, but I went to then say turn 6 because I'm right. Oh, Vasifian, what happened to you, good sir? Oh, go on, Marco. Tell me what Veronat's name means. Oh, look at Red there. You got all out of sorts. Dragonbone, have a look at the inside. For turn 11. Oh, that looked like it was a bit of wheel banging going on there. They say, oh my goodness me, look at this. That's Winchy. That's right there in the Sauber. He's rather got out of the way, which I'm not entirely surprised. And that Williams is in. That's Red 17 that's coming in. He's made those super softs go a long way. Feather bag? Okay. But basically, that sounds like a pillow. Softs then for the Williams. Assuming we're not going to get Christmas tree lights. Let's see where he re-emerges. And that's... is that Ronin? It is Ronin in again. Ronin's not having a good time here, because I swear that's the second time he's been through the pits. Oh, Dad, me and pronunciations. There's always some amusement in how I pronounce non-English names. But, hey, I didn't have time to kind of learn the script. Smooley still keeping Virenczak, however you're supposed to say it, keeping him for company. Where is Kafar? There he is. Canadian. Champion for Split 4. He's just coming around turn 12. Turn 13 rather. Does he pit? No, he does not. He chooses to continue for another lap. Where's Smooley gone? Smooley's made a mistake somewhere, as he was right with his teammate earlier on. There's now a gap there, so assuming those super softs are probably dead. He's not pitting though, so either the game is lying to me or he is just dragging out those super softs a long time. Maybe for a one stop, but surely he wouldn't have started with super softs if he was doing a one stop strategy. Look at that, that's Adam. That is really keeping Dragonbone under pressure. You saw Dragonbone. Look, he either had a big old snap of oversteer, or he was going for a defensive move very, very early, trying to keep that Haas behind him. That's very optimistic of him. As again, Dragonbone, look at that, he's jumping right onto that inside line to keep the Haas behind him. As Adam then comes through turn 3. Through 4. Down to 5, come on camera. There we go. Mediums on the Haas then. Can he do anything up against the worn softs of Dragonbone? Particularly he would be able to. You see Winchy in the background. Look at that. That is 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. 5th of course being Adam. Trying to get through the field and trying to get after his teammate. Oh, it's Christmas tree lights. Yes, I weren't sure they were mediums earlier on. Oh my goodness me, look at that. That's not Winchy. It's Dragonbone and Smooley getting all tangled up. Those super softs have got to be completely down to nothing on the mana. Surely he's got to pit now. The lead mana does though. That's Virenczak coming in. He's on the softs. Why is the harder tired mana come in before the softer one? Unless, of course, the game is lying to me, which, let's face it, is not entirely impossible. There we go, that's a Smoothie. And look at that big lockup into turn 1. Those tyres have got to be down to canvas by now. Smoothie's still getting DRS, of course. He was in the DRS detection zone of his teammate, so he still gets the ability to use DRS as they come through turn 3. We could well see an overtake there. There's Dragonbone having a look on the inside of the mana. Decides not to return forward. There's no real braking zone there, so I'm not surprised. Oh, goodness me. He's gone wide. That's going to give the Haas the run. But he got caught out there. He couldn't get past Smooley. Oh, nearly impact then between the Haas and the Force India. As they then come through the twisted section of Sector 2. And that, so because Adam had to get out of it, he's lost himself a bit of time. He'll gain that pretty quickly. Whoops, running a little bit wide in the exit of turn 11. And that, is that Ashumi in the background? It is. So Adam's going to have some company very, very soon, unless he can dispatch the Force India. Oh, dear me, a little bit of impact there. And still these two ahead of them don't pit. And that's Ashumi. Goodness me. He caught up with the Haas pretty quickly. So Ashumi really getting involved there. And there's Mr. Biggles. And Mr. Biggles in the pole sitter in his Williams is also catching up with this pack. So, and we see an overtake just ahead. That's Smooley. He's lost second position to Dragonbone then. It was inevitable. Again, a lock up into turn 2. It was pretty inevitable that the mana was going to start to go backwards. I'm just going to double check Race Director. I know this interrupts the stream. I do apologise, but I'm curious to know. He is indeed on Super Softs. He hasn't pitted yet. How on earth have those tyres not exploded yet? Goodness me. That is amazing. Let's see where Kafar is. Has he pitted yet? He is coming down to turn 13. We're calling it turn 12, despite the fact that I've got a map on my left monitor. Does he pit? Nope. He's pretty well minding his own business. 23.8 seconds ahead of this man. It's now Dragonbone in the Force India. Ooh, steady. Smoothly. He's going to lose that third. There we go. We could see that coming a mile off. He's going to lose that fourth as well at this rate too. Ashumi in the Merc. Surely Smoothly's got the pit. No. Are you determined to explode your tyres, sir? They have got to be down to sponge by now. Ashumi surely is going to make a move. Oh, there we go. No sooner do we get on board with the Mercedes, he's flown past the Manor as if it's stood still. Mercedes passing a Manor like it's still. That's a familiar sentence. But he had to think about going on the inside of Adam, but didn't quite the momentum to do it. Now having to think about the outside of turn 2. Yeah, that would have been a very brave move if he tried it. Ashumi's tyres, I think, were a bit fresher than Adam's. They nearly kill the cameraman. They fly on down towards turn 4. Ooh, bit of a lock up there, but would get away with that one. As they come around the long turn 5. Absolute killer on the left tyres. There you see Dragonbone. He's got himself a bit of a gap between himself and Adam. But that gap will disappear pretty quickly then. On board with Ashumi. Can he do something about the house ahead of him? It does look like he's got the pace to do something about it. We'll see how it unfolds. Oh, again, wide on the exit of 11. Into 12. There's one opportunity you could have had, but wasn't close enough to do anything about the Haas. 3:13. Does Smoothly pit? No, he doesn't. I'm amazed those tyres haven't exploded by now, but there we go. Cody's logic for you. Can the Mercedes catch up? He's not going to catch up with the Haas quick enough, I shouldn't think. And indeed he doesn't. So again, locking up into turn 1. The Manor will pit. I'm surprised the Manor hasn't pitted before now, but thank you for that, Bankai. Interesting, Dragonbone really is getting... I mean, it's probably because Adam is having to defend more that he can push to try and catch up with Force India. Where's Kafar out of interest? He is minding his own business, coming through 6 and 7. Dragonbone is broken away. Kafar's pitted. Kafar has pitted onto mediums. Still leads by about 3.5 seconds. Ashumi though. Ashumi's gotten past the Haas then, didn't see the move happen and looked away at the wrong moment. So the Mercedes now takes that third spot. And again wide on the exit of turn 11. Need to be careful doing that, gentlemen. The game will not like you for it. Oh no, that was Adam getting wanting that position back as Ashumi goes very deep into turn 13. Surely Smoothie's got to be in. He doesn't. He does know the pits are there, right? That was a rather too tight a line into that turn. And the Manor team basically said to Smoothie, you know what? You carry on. We don't want you in anymore. So Adam then continues to put the pressure on Ashumi for that third position. But it does look like the Mercedes has the pace at the moment. But saying that, Ashumi is really having to defend from the ever-persistent Haas. So come through the long turn 5. Oops. Adam getting a bit twitchy on the exit there with Dragonbone. Oh no, that wasn't a good run for the Mercedes then. That was going to put Adam right in his case. Not that he wasn't there to start with, but... Oh no! Adam's got all crossed up and he's lost so much time. And a ghosted Manor. Interesting. I'm assuming that was round. Oh no, that was Smoothie. Interesting that Smoothie was ghosted at that particular moment. But Adam has lost that fourth position to the sponge-tired manor. Is Smoody coming in? Yes, he is! At last, Smoody has remembered where the pit lane entrance is, and he is coming in for a pit stop. Now, is he going to go mediums or is he going to go soft? Let us see how those 4 tyres are still affected. That's Dragon Bone we see ahead of us. So Dragon Bone has gone on to medium tyres. That's not a surprise for a single stop like this. But super softs again? Nope, they're mediums. The game was lying to me. It didn't make sense to have another super soft in. So mediums for Smoody. He was indeed stretching out that super soft run, and he is away then in 10th position. Oh my goodness me! Nearly runs into the side of Red, and does! Well, Red bounces off the manor as the manor trying to get some traction then, but he settles into 11th position. Oh, a gaggle of cars just behind him. So that's Veranzak, Red 17, and Smoody in that particular pack, but just behind them is Azazalon, Jay, and Winchy. So this is 12, 13, and 14. Jay still running. He had a disastrous start to this race and haven't really had a chance to see. Whoops! Haven't really had a chance to see further down the field for a while. Let's see how Smoody's doing with those fresh tyres on. To remind himself how tyres are supposed to behave, as opposed to the flannel-like tyres that he would have just taken off those. Would have just taken off his car. Let's check through the field then. Kafar, unsurprisingly, leads the way in the Haas. He leads Ashumi by 13.2 seconds. Adam C6 is back up into 3rd position then due to other pit stops. That's a Red Bull you actually see parked on the side of the road there. Partyvix in the Renault in 4th. Big lock up into turn 1. He has gone. Ronin in the Ferrari. And Jay's retired. We've just lost Jay from, I think it was 13th position. A shame. A great shame to end the season in that way, but unfortunately that's racing for you. We've gone over halfway in this race now. Dragamone, oh, flying off the road at turn 3, has got Hinyaldi and Mr. Biggles for company. The medium shod Force India has, oh my goodness me, impact, well, a very light impact between Hinyaldi and Mr. Biggles there. Mr. Biggles manages to keep his car going in a straight line. 2 soft shot cars behind. By the look of the way that we know Dragomo's on fresh tyres, but it looks like Hinyaldi and Mr. Biggles need to think about another pair of shoes. Oh, he was on softs. Thank you for that, Vasifian. That makes far more sense than being on softs. Oh, Mr. Biggles has managed to squeeze his way past Hinyaldi. Hinyaldi's really struggling. He's locking up everywhere. It would indicate that he needs to get another set of boots on him. He chooses not to. And that's a bit of car I saw rolling along the road in the background there. So I'm assuming that's probably where Jay's car detonated. Veranzak still leads a pack of 3 with 17G and Smoody. Let's get on board with Smoody. Actually, he's going to have a ringside seat for the Williams, having a crack at his teammate. There he goes, jumps on the inside. Veranzak doesn't defend it. Can he make it stick? Oh, Smoody having a crack at his teammate. That was opportunistic. Side by side then, the Manas heading down towards turn 2. Whoops, Smoody actually ran a little bit too deep. He got on the grass, couldn't brake as much as he needed to. He's run way too wide, lost the time he's just gained, and he's back in 11th position again. Ooh, the Veranzak is straight back on Red 17G's case for that 9th position. It's around turn 5. Can the Williams now, with the softer tyres, get away into the distance from the Manas? So he's got the pace to, but can he make it stick? We will see as that progresses. Now, some of you may wonder why I don't just stick with the lead battles. And put simply, I very much enjoy having a look throughout the field to see who's where, to see bits of. I think that's where an accident's been. That's probably where Jay's car has died. Hence why we're seeing lots of debris there. In case you're wondering who was that coming out of the pits? Ronin? No, surely. Ashumi from 2nd in the Mercedes, comes out 7th with super soft tyres on, really? Surely you're not going to get 15 laps out of them. Anyway, I'll try and complete the sentence I keep starting. In case you're wondering why I don't just stick with... That's true, Banco. In case you're wondering why I don't just stick with the lead battles or whichever battle is closest to the front, it's because I like to see where everybody is. The battles that are going on through the field, everyone is trying as hard as they possibly can to do as best a race as possible, and they deserve to be featured on the stream. They deserve to have their battle show as much as I possibly can. I can't look everywhere. We all know what the cameras are like in this damn game. They never do me any favours. So Dragonbone tries to do something with Ronin ahead of him. Oh, well held, Dragonbone. That's going to lose you 5th, but oh, bit of a love tap then between Dragonbone and that was Mr. Biggles. Just past that. Well held there by the Force India. Does anyone pin at this point? Nope, they don't. Oh, that's too deep for Mr. Biggles. That's going to be a switchback then. As we see a Ferrari and a Williams in. So that's going to be Ronin ISU. Yes, it is. Super soft for softs. Assuming we know was pitted recently. Was that Adam we see? It wasn't the Williams, it was the Haas of Adam C6. Getting another set of boots on. It really has been my pleasure, Chuck, for doing the stream. Yes, it would appear so. Banco used the lone Ferrari. I don't recall seeing another one. But also, the lovely people of Split 4 have specifically asked me to cover this evening's race. So I do it out of habit anyway, as I've just explained, but I want to give everybody an opportunity to be on the stream, to get their battles shown, etc, etc. So that's why I go through the field and see what's going on. It's how I like the real sport of Formula 1 as well. I love the battles at the front, don't get me wrong, but I like battles everywhere, whether it's a battle for penultimate position or the top podium spot. If it's a decent battle, then crack on. I'll have a look at it. Oh, Mr. Biggles getting deep into turn 13. It just makes me chuckle every time that debris is still there, because the debris doesn't move. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, you were on stream for a little bit, Pacifian, but sadly, your race came to a bit of a close pretty early. So yeah, that's whoa, goodness me! Mr. Biggles got caught out. Dragonbone had a terrible run through turn 1, and Mr. Biggles had to get out of it to avoid impact. He's going to lose that position to Aishimi. Yes, he does. That's Aishimi then up to 4th on those super soft tyres. I mean, there was no way he was going to keep that freshly reshod Mercedes behind him anyway. So up to 4th then for Aishimi. Mr. Biggles then. Surely he's going to come in soon, because those tyres look like they have had it. Dragonbone then continues. That is Party Fix just ahead of him. 28 seconds down the road is this man, the champion, Kafar. We look forward to seeing him get up the field, get up to higher tiers in the way that he has dominated this particular one. Yeah, tell me about it, Banco. Party Fix then, minding his own business in the Renault in 2nd position. 3rd is Dragonbone in the Force India. Taking his car sideways a lot of the time as well. There is a charging Aishimi in the Mercedes, with those fresh super softs on. 5th is the pole man, Mr. Biggles. Great rear shot here from the Mercedes. You can just see how much pace that Aishimi has over the Williams. There is the other one coming into the pit zone. Red 17 is getting rid of those soft tyres. Locking up then. What does he go on to? Sure, it's going to be more softs. It is indeed. It is a relatively slow stop for Red. He's going to come out. Where's he going to come out? 17? 17. What am I on about? I just saw 17 in his name and he's now in 17th. That's good. I have a 14 card pack. Well done, me. So he comes out in 11th position. Let's see if he'll get back up into the points as the race continues. That puts Ronin then in the Ferrari into 6th position. Veranzak still has... Oh my goodness me! It looked like Adam was going to crash into the back of the manor there. It didn't look like there was impact, or it didn't look like it from the Manus perspective, but Haas really had to think about that. So Ronan Zach in 7th, Adam C6 in 8th then. This race really hasn't gone well for our pole sitter. There is Smooley in 9th position. He's falling off the back of his teammate a little bit. Yaldi in the McLaren in 10th position. In case you're wondering why there's only one McLaren, I'm in the other one. Red 17. After his pit stop in 11th position, is looking to try and make up some time. Chris Stoffel. I've seen you for a while in the Red Bull, on soft tyres in 12th position. As is Elon. The other Renault is pretty much on his own there. And it's a 13 car race, and there is Kafar actually coming up to lap. As is Elon. So 13 cars remain in this race. We had 18 to start with. We have got 10 laps remaining, 12 laps remaining here at Hungary. Where shall we look then? Well, we are going to look here. This is 2nd of Dragonbone, 3rd of Ashimi. Oh, he caught that first apex rather hard. He's under a lot of pressure by Mr. Biggles in the Williams. Interesting, those two softs have not been able to get that McLaren, that Mercedes away from the Williams. So has Ashimi already taken the best out of those super soft tyres? It is entirely possible. That is the Renault of Party Foods just behind him. Or to say just behind me at the back of the shot. And we've lost Smooley! We've lost one of the Yamanas. He's left the session though, he hasn't retired, so if he's had a disconnect problem, he can return and retake his car, but it is of course going to be ghosted. Where is he? There he is, he's now ghosted in 9th position. Did we see a overtake attempt by Mr. Biggles? A little bit too far back for that. Ashimi is also too far back. Oh, he's gone too deep into turn 1. I think he's taken the best out of those tyres, to be honest, the way he's locking up and the way he's just not able to get away from Mr. Biggles. Ooh, close there for... Again, Mr. Biggles able to close him right back down again. You would imagine there is where the Supersoft would really yield the best grip and get him away from that Williams. But HUV has definitely taken the best out of them. A great podium battle forming here. It is going to be decided on pit strategy or mistakes, I suspect. See what happens here as they come through 6 and 7. Dragomo needs away. A little bit deep on the exit of 7. But able to get away with it. This is a pretty short run to 8 and 9. You see the line difference. The Force India taking quite a different line to the Mercedes. Oh, this is an opportunity for Ishimi into 11. No, he decides better of that one. It's not a massive braking zone there. And again brings Mr. Biggles back into this particular battle. Into 13. Sorry, that was turn 12. They were having that. He was having that overtake. Think about it. Oh, he's gone too deep into that final turn. But again, that could be choice. So to get a wider exit line, and that did put Mr. Biggles off a little bit. Or he stamped on the gas too early. Look at how early Dragonbone had to go for the defensive line. Ashimi having to think about the inside of turn 1. He's got to be. Can he make it stick? Oh, Mr. Biggles got all out of shape as well. And Ashimi's got that second position. God, that was a very brave move by the Mercedes. He has got it, but can he hold on to it though? That is going to be the question. Let's get on board with the Force India. Ishimi then now has the defensive responsibility, but it really does depend on how much life he's still got out of those tyres. I suspect he's got very little left, so it could be the Dragonbone just has to bide his time and make the Mercedes easy pickings. They come through 6 and 7. Lovely helicam shop here. Shop? There's a helicam shop, apparently. Okay, let's try that sentence again. A helicam shot. Heading through Sector 2. Now coming down to turn 12. Mr. Biggles is definitely falling off the back of these two now. Oh, the Mercedes has gone deep. It's not going to help him at all. He's not pitting though. Dragonbone then continues to keep the pressure on. Oh, you actually saw the Mercedes take that corner too tight. He had to get out of it. Get on board with the Force India. He's trying his best to stay in that slipstream. That slipstream in DRS through back into second position. Pretty straightforward move. Big lockup though into turn 1, and that's going to give the momentum back to Shumi. Hey Shumi. Side by side, heading down to turn 3. And we have lost Christopher Van Dorn from the race as well. Well, he's left the session as opposed to... Oh! Wow! That was well defended by the Mercedes. And although it did look like that the Force India may have backed out of it a little bit earlier than he needed to. May have been a little bit cautious, or more cautious than the Mercedes. It did look like the Mercedes flew past him. Through 6 and 7 then. Mr. Bickle still lurking in the background. Gets a little bit of oversteer on the exit of turn 7. So they come through 8 and 9 again. Here just highlights how dead those super softs are compared to the life and the mediums, because at that point you would expect the Mercedes to run off into the distance, and he's not at all. Into turn 13 again, the Mercedes going a little bit deep. That puts Dragonbone back on his case again, and in comes the Mercedes. Ashumi is in. It's not a surprise. From second position then. But Mr. Biggles coming as well. He has, so the Williams in as well. Medium tyres? Surely not. Medium tyres on the Williams. Super softs on the Mercedes. I am rather surprised by that on the Williams. Well, okay. That, for 9 laps, I would have thought he'd have gone super soft. Hardy Fuchs has got himself in the 5th position then. Whoa, big snap of oversteer. It's just about fending off the Williams. Williams having to get out of that. But Williams, of course, with those fresh boots on. Can he do anything about the Renault ahead? And Chris Stoffel has reappeared, so he'll jump back into his car. Well, dear connection problem for him. Whoa, Buddy Fuchs on those rather second-hand soft tyres, going very deep into turn 5. So he comes through 6 and 7, and that's Adam C6 you just see behind on soft tyres on the Haas. So he's going to get interested in this particular battle as well. But now we really should see Ashumi just run off. And look at the gap he's got himself between himself and the Renault already. That's Ronin just ahead of him on soft tyres, and you would imagine that Ronin's going to be pretty easy pickings for Ashumi. He's really picked up the pace, and now Dragonbone, excuse me, in second position, minding his own business. He could well go to the end of the race on those medium tyres. Kafar is on super soft tyres now, so he's been through the pits again and still leads by 24.5 seconds. So that is him well off into the distance, unless he decides to pull over for something to eat out of boredom. Ronin, he's lost that third. Yeah, just as we cut to him, he went deep into turn 1, and the Mercedes flies through into third position there. And you can imagine that Ashumi is just going to fly now. What's the gap between himself and Dragonbone? 42 and 8. So yeah, there's quite a big gap there. But Dragonbone has got to. Well, Dragonbone doesn't have to pit actually. He doesn't. He could well continue to the end. So there's only 8 second gap there. The distance hadn't updated properly. So Kafar had only just been through the pits, and 9.6 second lead for him. Does Dragonbone pit? He does not. And I would imagine he probably won't, as there is about 17 seconds between second and third. So Ashumi is going to have to fly like a man possessed to make that gap up. Ronin is, whoa, Party Food's going very deep into 13. And Mr. Biggles right there. I thought Party Foods may have jumped into the pits there, but he decided not to at the last minute. Whoa, very deep on the exit of that last turn. That's going to lose him some momentum. Can Mr. Biggles capitalise on it? Party Foods thinking about taking that defensive move. He does. And flies way too deep into turn 1. Easy pickings then for Mr. Biggles to claim 5th position. Adam C6 in the Haas. His race started well and has pretty much disintegrated. From here on, so his second position in the championship could be under threat if he is not able to regain some of the lost positions in the remaining 6 laps. There is a ghosted Smooley. We lost him earlier on. Mana, he has not returned. So red 17G continues in the Williams on his own in 9th position. Rounding out the points is the Veranzak, coordinator for this league, coordinator for this split, I should say, is holding off Azazenon in the Renault for that last point in the championship. There is Christoffel, he disconnected as we saw earlier on, currently in 12th in the Sol Red Bull. Nyaldi in the McLaren. He's got, not sure who that is already ahead of him, big lock up into turn 1. Let's see who that is. That's going to be Dragonbone that's just gone past him. And there is our race leader. Unless he trips over someone, he's likely to run off into the distance. Playing the strategy perfectly well. We are in our final 5 laps then of this race, of this season, of this game here in Apex Online Racing. And we've lost Winchi, we've lost the Salva. Didn't see him as it was running through the order. So an overhead shot, but there's no one around him. There's 15 seconds then between Dragonbone and Aishimi. So as good as Aishimi is, I can't see him closing that down in 5 laps. Mr. Biggles is through to 4th then. He's got past the Ferrari of Ronin. Can he do something against Aishimi? It's possible. There's only, just over 3 seconds between the two. It would take a mistake on the part of Aishimi for Mr. Biggles to get back onto the podium. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. It does look like that Ronin does not have an answer for the Williams ahead of him. It would seem that, again, Ronin's going to have to rely on a mistake to climb towards the podium. Fighting fixed out. He's looming to try and take advantage of the mistake. There is Adam C6 trying to close in. Oh, big lot of ran onto the grass then. There's no compromises breaking into turn 1. You see how deep he went as a result of it. On he continues in. There is the Ghosted Mana. 817's just come around that last turn, so he's actually got quite some way to catch up with the disconnected Smoothie as well. Veranzak has lost his tail. He no longer has Azazenon right behind him. There is the Renault. So he's fallen off the back of the Mana. 4 laps to go. Where shall we look? There is Aishimi. There is Mr. Biggles. It does look like the Mercedes is going to have some company very, very soon. Mr. Biggles can see that last podium spot right ahead of him. Because Aishimi sure as hell can't see Dragonbone. Now that angle's a little bit deceptive. I'm sure Mr. Biggles wasn't rallycrossing around that final turn. But sometimes the camera exaggerates that particular movement from the car. But we will see how this particular battle develops. So there's Cat5, he's just come through turn 2. There is Dragonbone. 20 seconds down the road. Yeah, look how that Williams is closing in on Aishimi as they've just come through 4. Round 5. 34.3, 35.3. So now just 1 second separates Mr. Biggles and Aishimi for the final podium position as Aishimi takes turn 8 a little bit too tight and kicks up a fair bit of dust as a result. This is going to be close as we have 3 laps remaining. Mr. Biggles going a little bit hot into turn 12. Now 13, but Aishimi will know that that Williams is there. He's been getting ever bigger in his wing mirrors. It would seem though that now it's going to be the time for the Williams. Is Aishimi going to defend? DRS open for the Williams. And there it goes. You see Aishimi take the defensive line, but Mr. Biggles has gone very deep, and Smoothie's reappeared. And there we go then. Mr. Biggles had the pace over the Mercedes at this stage and just flew past after turn 1. That is third position then to the Williams. Very nicely done. And Smoothie has jumped back into his car. It was quite a while away, but he has returned to his manor. 2 laps to go here in Hungary. Whoa, is Aishimi going a little bit wide at turn 4. It's, you would imagine that Mr. Biggles is going to really break away from the Mercedes, but one mistake is all it's going to need to completely rearrange the order here. We'll see how that goes as Rodin, we just saw in the back of the shot, there he is in the Ferrari. There's Party Freaks in the Renault. Adam C6 has not been able to improve from 7th in the Haas, and is not likely to now. Smoothie in the Manor, red 17. He's not really got any pressure from Veranzak. The return is not under a great deal of pressure from Mazda Zadok. There's the local of Christoffel. Yaldi is coming through turn 1. That is your 13 runners that remain. And you see the race leader right in the midst of the back markers. That is red 17 just ahead of him. With Veranzak, I think that is going behind. It is indeed. Let's see how Mr. Biggles is doing against Aishimi. There you go, that's the gap he's managed to build up in a lap. We are on the final racing lap here at Hungary, which this man, Kafa, is just about to complete. So then, your race winner for PC Split 4 here in the rerun of Hungary is the Haas, the champion. It is Kafa. Very nicely done. No challenge there. And that is a great win. But this man has played the strategy brilliantly well. The Force India of Dragon Bone. Round the final corner. On those very dead medium tyres. He takes second for Force India. And a wiggle to himself and why the devil not. Mr. Biggles then, if the interface would give me the control back. There he is. He has managed to fend off this man Aishimi for third. He actually ghosted across the line as well. Why not? That was a tad risky. Although Aishumi's actually been promoted back up into third. That is probably down to penalties. There is Party Freaks. He's ghosted as well. He's actually just been demoted to 7th. Whether that was because Adam managed to take 6th on the line or down to penalties, I am not certain. We will know that when the final positions come up. Smoothie, there he is in the manor. Very deep into the last turn. Into penultimate turn, rather. He's now come through the last turn. He doesn't want the apex. So that is 8th position for the manor. And the last runner then on the lead lap is the Williams of red 17G. Here he comes. And this will conclude the race here in Hungary. And there it is then to confirm. Kafar takes the win. Dragonbone second. Aishimi third. Mr. Biggles did indeed have a penalty that demoted him to 4th. He could not get a 3-second gap there to hang on to that podium position. Ronin 5. Adam C6 was indeed 6th after penalties for Party Freaks. Penalties for Smoothie, I think it was. That elevated Adam to 6th position. Beg your pardon, it was a penalty for Party Freaks 7. Smoothie 8. Red 17 9. Veranzak 10. Azazel on 11. Christoffel 12. Hinyadi 13. And your non-finishes J. Whoever was in that Sauber Pacifian. Whoever was in that Toro Rosso. And me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with me throughout this broadcast. It has been a great pleasure covering the Split 4 race. And I will see you here next time for more AOR action. Thank you very much, and good night.